Again, it's been a hot minute. Johnny, how's it going?
It's been about 4 months, mate.
A lot's happened since those ones. I tell you that, Jesus Christ. But it's Mike, it's Johnny, and this is the Year Buddy podcast. This is episode 19. We're back in the studio. It's 2022.
How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, man. It's been an interesting few months.
How's your arm?
The arm is actually good.
Chest?
Yeah, arm, chest, back, neck. But it is
That's
good.
a song, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Huh?
It's
Huh? Go on, sing it. I know you know it.
I'm all right, mate. I'm not seeing that on the pod. But no, it's been good. It's been a long journey. If you don't know, I injured myself. I was training for a competition last year, and I was lifting heavy and bench press. And rather than the guy supporting me and making sure that he was my boy, he let go of the bar and it went pop. So I tore my pec, and I've been in this thing for like 5 weeks, and now I'm trying to get back into training.
So what rehabilitation have you had to do?
So quite a lot, man. I was just recently signed off by the physio, but they had me doing just openers, man. Once you're in a sling,
Yeah.
that's how I am walking around from day to day. Can't drive, can't practically eat, can't really do any extra activity stuff. As soon as the thing came off, I was able to work on openers, raising my arm, simple stuff, body weight bench press.
Yeah.
Having a sweat just doing that. So it's been a long road and in some really dark moments,
You haven't really lost any size. You look the same.
It's the hoodie, man. It's the hoodie.
Yeah,
I wear
is
it
it?
well. No, it's not. I started training again, I'd probably say a month ago.
Okay.
I'm training for a competition in July, so I'm bulking at the moment. I'm eating
Muscle memory.
3,500 calories. I'm trying to get bigger
Yeesh.
quickly. Yeah. So all good. But how about yourself? I saw you in a film on YouTube the other day. Give it a shout out on the
Yeah,
podcast.
Revenge is Sweet. I thought I didn't mention it on the page, did I?
No, you didn't,
Yeah.
man.
Revenge is Sweet. Out now YouTube. I think we're at 107,000 views.
Wow.
At the minute. It got pulled for a couple of months. I think while the guy was pitching it around to Netflix and Sky, because you can't have a digital representation of the product online.
Okay.
While you're trying to get funding.
Wow, that's different.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
That's what I was told. No reason not to believe him, but yeah, it came off for a couple of months. It's back on. Synopsis. I'm a dad. Most of the roles at the minute that I'm going for are dads and policemen.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you about it in a minute. So I'm a dad. My son is an aspiring footballer, very good. We still live in the place that we've always lived when I was growing up. Mum's passed away, my wife. I used to be on the roads. I'm not on the roads because I'm trying to navigate him to become a professional footballer. That's where the story starts. I won't tell you anything else. That's it. So, but no, it's a good film. Another piece to the show reel. Really enjoyed filming it, and yeah, it was great. But I mean, your film as well. We've both done something.
Yeah, no. Well, let me
Something.
just congratulate you on that. I watched your film.
Cheers,
I watched
buddy.
it twice. I
Nice.
watched it once on the phone, and I was like, yeah, this is good. And I watched it on the TV, and I was like, yes, man.
Yeah.
So no, well done on that. I'm looking forward to see if you continue the story. If the director continues,
I
it
think
takes
a
it
lot
bigger.
of people have been asking for part 2.
We need it, man. We need it.
Again, because I won't say what happens at the end.
Don't spoil
you know
it.
what happens.
Yeah,
at the end.
don't spoil it, man.
However, sometimes charges don't stick, do they? Especially if there's no evidence.
You're spoiling the story.
I'm
now.
not. I'm not. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, 100%. Seriously, I'm gonna watch it again, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who's listening to the pod. It is it's good to see you on camera acting, man. So it's always a good look.
That's VSOP Productions.
Yep.
On YouTube. So shout out to my man over there at VSOP. I think that's Vision Started Over Pain.
Yep.
And those guys. I'm currently rehearsing for something called Buddy Cop.
Okay. Yes.
Again, getting pitched to Sky. It's kind of 2 policemen, undercover police, and they get into all sorts of shenanigans. They're currently off the force, and they're trying to get back into the force by doing things off their own back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't all go Sweet.
Which sounds good. When you said that, for me, my brain jogged to Asher D and Noel Clark.
No. Not
Straight
so
away,
much,
I was just
not so much that.
Because there was a spot free, you know. Asher D needs a partner, and I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
not so
I can
much
throw the
that.
card in for you.
It's a little bit. I'd say it's more akin to Only Fools and Horses.
Okay, yeah. So there's a comedy.
Del Boy Rodney.
Yeah, that's
dynamic.
Cool. Yeah.
But,
two black guys.
But two black guys
Right.
and police.
On Sky. Potentially, like, I'm pushing it.
Yeah, we'll get it there. We'll get it there. And then I've got a film. I've got a small part in a film, but I'm playing a dad this time.
Yeah.
So I'm going dad, police, dad. With Walker, if you've ever heard of those guys.
Walker. No.
Again, it's another channel on YouTube, but
okay.
Great following. I've watched a few of their films; they're really good. So I'm glad to be involved. So yeah, things are starting to move.
Yeah.
Got a corporate shoot on Friday coming.
Look at that.
For a photography agency that do quite a lot of A-listers.
Yep.
Their headshots and stuff. So I'm going to do something for them for their what do you call it? LinkedIn.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Their digital media.
Well, fingers crossed. I want to see you on the big screen.
Yeah, man, it's gonna happen.
That's it. And my next film, not the one we're doing, but the one afterwards. We need you in it, man.
What's the one? What are you doing next?
Can't tell you that, but
you can't tell.
No,
Come on.
We're doing a part 2 to the film we've just done.
Yep.
Which is in the pipeline at the moment. We're 3/4 finished of the script. We're now searching for funding. So if you know any people, listening to the pod. So the film is called Couples Getaway.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, it's not. It's not Couples Getaway.
Retreat.
Yeah, that's part 2. But yes, but yeah, it's Couples Retreat. It's a short film. It's only 15 minutes. It was fun. It was awesome. I'm not going to spoil the story because it's only 15 minutes, but it does leave the audience wanting to find out what happens next, and that's why we're in the stage now of finishing the script, looking for funding, and it should be better. We're looking for 30 to 45 minutes from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then to go from there after. But the next project after that is going to be a really good one.
Yeah, there's I'm recording on my phone, so I can't pick it up. There's a chap that I knew when I was younger. I'll shout him out, Theo Bailey.
Okay.
He's from my area. Now I knew that he was doing stuff in film previously.
Yeah.
But he seems to have his fingers in all sorts of pies. What do you call them? NFTs.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies, all really brainy guy, really
on.
intelligent, switched on guy. But I saw recently that they're doing something dedicated. I think it's called Flickr.
Okay.
I'll send you the link afterwards.
Yeah,
if you look it up on Instagram, but they talk to people about how to fund independent films and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because that's what I definitely know. I'm riding the wave of the black movement at the moment. You know, we're being pushed a lot more. Funding's going into black movies, black music, and stuff like that. So I'm riding that wave. We've got a few opportunities in the pipeline to get funding, which is good. But I want more money. More money. You have more money, you can then really get some amazing actors and get some really cool stuff rather than doing what we had to do in the end.
You will need more money if you want me in it, yeah.
Wow, I thought he was going to hook me up and say, look, I'm your boy, you know? I have a good role for you, don't worry. You'll have a role where you're not a gangster, you're not a drug dealer.
No, I just told you.
You're not playing someone's dad. You're not a police officer. You're gonna be range. Suave, James Bond-esque type guy.
I want to do something like My Left Foot.
What's that?
Huh?
What's that? My Left Foot?
Yeah, Google it.
What is that?
Go on, have a look. I don't know what the visuals will say.
Yeah, I don't want to get some dodgy stuff on the page, man. My Left Foot. My Left Foot. 1989. Jesus, we're going way back.
I don't even think you'd be able to do anything like that now. Do you know why?
Comedy drama.
Heavily disabled guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I saw something quite recently. What's the Maureen Lipman? Ring any bells?
Sounds familiar. Yes.
Jewish actress. She was complaining
about Jewish
about
Helen Mirren taking a part. Yeah, which is quite funny though because Helen Mirren wasn't in. She was playing a Jewish. It was a Holocaust.
Prime Minister, right?
No, Holocaust. Yeah, Holocaust survivor. Yeah, Holocaust survivor. She already played that sort of role already, and she's not Jewish, so she's already played that.
Mm-hmm.
So then to get caught up and be like, oh my God, you should only have Jewish people playing Jewish people. I'm like, it's already been done.
So Helen Mirren's response was, so does that mean that Jewish people can only play Jewish people?
Yeah.
Because that would shut you down. And again, Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What's the guy called?
The little guy.
Tyrion Lannister, the short one.
The really small guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been complaining about the Hollywood remake of The Seven Dwarfs.
Yes.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But he's an established millionaire actor.
Yep.
And he's saying, I don't think it's right, it's discriminative, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But then actual short guys, dwarfs, however they label themselves, are coming out and saying, well, hang about, mate,
we won the role, yeah, let's get paid.
We don't get paid what you get paid. Like, stop trying to put the blockers on something that we're going to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's too many people saying you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But as it's an industry that we're both going into, I find it fascinating because it's kind of like, you have a character, you research the character,
yep.
you embody that character, and then you portray it with a little. There's always going to be
your
a
own
little
spin.
bit. Yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of you in the character.
Yeah, of course.
But
that's what it's acting.
Yeah, it's acting. But for all intents and purposes, you're trying to be someone else.
Yes.
In imaginary circumstances, and it's kind of like, well, why have you all of a sudden got a problem with that?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I find it kind of falls into the same bracket of all the council culture that we're getting now. You know, with stuff that we would have found funny and we would laugh about before. Now you just can't say. Even though I would still find it funny, but now you look at it and you're kind of going, yeah, is that correct? Is that politically correct? Is it something that someone's going to get upset about? Because it just seems like people are easily offended by the breeze.
Are they offended? Are they really offended, or do they want to portray? They want to make out that they're offended so they can get attention themselves.
Yeah, there is that. What was it called? Clout chasing, as people say.
Clout chasing, with virtue signaling.
Yeah, there is.
But again, these are all new terminologies, right?
Of course, it is. Clout chasing. I'm struggling to pronounce that now.
Yeah,
I never used that.
These are all new words that have come into our vocabulary.
Yeah.
Within like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Who's putting them there?
Yeah.
And why they heavily leaned on.
Yeah.
Another one. Misinformation.
Yeah, and woke. Yeah, woke culture.
Like, where's it all coming from?
No, you're right. Because I had an argument with someone the other day about woke, and he was just saying, "Oh, that's woke. This is wokish." And I'm like, bro, if you go in a dictionary, what is the definition of woke?
Mm-hmm.
That is what woke is. So you're telling me, because we're talking about racism, we're talking about sexism, we're talking about stuff that these are serious issues, I'm now woke because I have an issue with that. That doesn't make any sense. But you're right. It does kind of fall into that kind of bracket where you're going, who is pushing these narratives out there?
It's dismissive.
Yeah, literally.
So they label you with a tag to dismiss you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's what it is. So they don't want to engage in debate. They don't like the topic you're talking about, so they'll label you something.
Yep.
And then you're kind of like, well, you can't even argue your point because no one's listening to you because you've got a label.
Yeah, and then you fall right into that bracket, and everyone kind of goes, "Oh yeah, we can't listen to what you're saying. Let's put them." No, you're 100% right. I just find it's weird, but it does show you how people are sheep. They're sheep. They just follow narratives rather than exploring why you're calling that person woke. Find out what they're debating. You know, if you then disagree with it thereafter, then it's fine. But if you're going to go with just a label that's stamped on it, you're a sheep.
Yeah. Something I heard recently. You'll see it again. It's on one of the Rogan podcasts. But the chap said that people are so busy and so preoccupied these days.
Yeah.
Most people work 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rat race. They haven't got time to
do research,
to read, research or anything. So they put their faith in other people.
Yeah.
So this could be news networks, whatever. They might follow someone on Twitter. They might, YouTube, whatever. And they take what that person says as gospel.
Yeah.
And then they won't go and look at any alternative.
Yeah.
Or any other narrative or whatever. They fall into that trap.
Yep.
But I see it snowballing now, and it's getting so big that I even said to you today, can we talk about certain things on this?
Yeah.
For fear of it scuppering us up in the future.
And I said, "Fuck it." We said we want.
You said we want, but it's come. We're in a time now whereby.
Oh no, you've got to be careful what you say.
Yeah. I'm asking the question. Should I have to ask the question?
Yes. Well, you shouldn't have to ask the question, but there is. Yeah. I think you have to tread very lightly around certain subjects. I did that the other day. I was talking to someone about. I said something's gay. As like it's in my mannerism to say that. We've said that as boys, and not said it in an offensive way. It's just we're cracking jokes. As soon as I said that, 4 people went silent, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." And then it was the questions, and then I had to explain that I'm not homophobic and all this other stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, this is kind of a bit weird." But then I don't know. this is the world that we're living in at present day, and that probably does fall us into the topic of Joe Rogan. Tell the audience about Joe Rogan.
What the recent issues?
Yes, man. Yes.
What episode is he on now? Like 1,700.
So that he was talking about the vaccine and also the anti-vaccine stuff, and that was his kind of main vocal point. Then all of a sudden, that was then blown up everywhere. So the whole crossover from his podcast to then people now deciding to pull their music from Spotify on the back of that. Then
who's one of the guys that pulled their music?
Oh man, what's the lady's name? It's a woman, India Irie.
Oh, I saw India.
So she was the one who got the video, which
the
is the
first
follow
guy
on.
that came off.
The guy's name is gone from me. He's an older chap.
Yeah, and
old people's music.
I'm just looking this up, guys.
Yeah, no worries. But we're there. I'm gonna fill the void with talking about happiness and life. No, I'm joking.
Neil something.
Yes, Neil. It's not Neil Cox. Neil.
Let's have a look.
See the cameraman's all coughing in the background and everything. I don't know what's going on.
Can't find it.
Nevertheless, there was quite a few people that
Neil Young.
Neil Young, yeah.
Right, he's back.
Oh, is he back on Spotify?
He's back.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that.
Okay, because he's one of the first people, and then there's a few others that pulled some well-known people pulled their music, and I was kind of because I didn't really know much about it. I didn't really explore into why these people were pulling their music. I just heard they're pulling their music, and I was like, okay, cool. Joe Rogan's cool. I listen to Joe Rogan podcasts all the time, so for me, it's like, yes, he does challenge the narrative, but what's wrong with that? You know, you're giving two sides, 2 points to arguments, and majority of the time he's got people on there who are experts in those fields.
Well, they're backing things up with fact as well.
Yes.
Which is my issue.
Yeah.
So they're not just coming on giving their opinion willy-nilly. They're actually backing it up with Lancet medical journals.
Yeah.
Yeah. CDC information.
Studies. Yeah. Proper studies.
Proper science-based studies.
Yeah.
And he's still being called out on providing misinformation. Now, I don't know. I think he's on 1,750 odd episodes.
That's a hell of a lot. Jesus.
Yeah. Why has he never been pulled up before?
Yeah, no. I this was one of the arguments I had because so you had that issue with the anti-vax stuff, yes? That didn't cause as much of the rage that they were looking for, and then all of a sudden, then he gets called a racist, and you're kind of going, wait a second, okay? I saw the video, the India Irie video. And it made me laugh. My dad called me the next day going, that guy you've been listening to, Joe Rogan, he's a racist. And I'm sitting there going, you've seen a compilation video of snippets put together from dating back 12 years, yeah? Why didn't that come out last year, the year before, 4 years ago? You know, for me, it just sounded very, very sketch. And now it's gone quiet now. It's disappeared now.
They didn't need it. At the time, he wasn't on the radar, and it's been weaponized.
Yeah. So
they didn't have a problem with it before, but now they do. So it could be anything that you've done historically. At any which time in the future, someone can deem that to be unfit, unhealthy, abusive, and caution you for it, and do you in some way a fine, prison time.
It's like the cautionary police. What's going on here?
I'm saying it's this
space police around here.
Orwell 1984.
Yeah, you've done a crime back in the day.
Minority Report. Precog. All of these things are there.
Yeah.
I mean, with me personally, I'm just starting to think that, hang about.
These are hints.
No, am I in the Truman Show?
Okay.
And is what I'm watching in these films and on TV real? Is it actually real? Yeah? Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense. The reason why I'm looking up, because I'm thinking, for me, it feels like it's a hint, of where we're going. Because a lot of these films, I read 1984, and that was awesome. But some of the stuff that touches upon, you're kind of going, shit, a lot of stuff's already happening now, Minority Report, that's probably how we're going to look to go in the future, that we find who's going to kill someone before they've actually done the act. Similar to the stuff that's happening now with, let's go back further and see if we can shoot down for stuff that you shouldn't be shot down for.
What's it called in 1984? Is it the telly box?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, chilling at home, sitting down,
yeah,
watching the telly, then there's an advert for Sky Glass.
Yeah.
And I thought, and that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
The telly box.
But we're going that route. You can see from the way they kind of program you to like certain things. You need to like certain things. You need to support certain things. You don't have your own thoughts and feelings. It's very much what we tell you is gold. You
Have you
know?
seen the Kanye documentary?
No, is it good?
Fucking amazing.
Okay.
Right, only the first episode out.
Yeah.
What you just touched on there. They have it's like 2002.
Yeah.
In his apartment in New York.
Yeah.
And he's got an electric scooter.
Okay, nice.
Exactly the same as the ones that are around now.
Yeah.
But in 2002, no one was on electric scooters.
So what was going on there?
Right? Marketing.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. They can tell us what to think, what to buy, to consume, etc., etc.
Yeah.
They're everywhere now. So much so that the governments and councils have them situated at corners of streets and stuff. Tap card, jump on, you can ride around.
Yeah.
It's 2002. So why have they caught on now? They've caught on because of marketing.
Yeah.
Because they're being pushed down everybody's throat. They're the next gadget to have. They're the new toy. It's the same with anything. They shift the narrative. They move it. Trainers.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go to a shop, buy a pair of trainers. Yeah. Now you got to queue up around the fucking block for 2 hours to get the latest trainer that comes out. Why are you queuing up for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Because you think that you have to have this product.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Because I've actually seen people queuing up, and you're kind of going, you're queuing up for the same trainer you've already got, but just in a different color.
Yeah.
That's madness.
But you used to be able to get it though.
Yeah.
And then we're in this technological age now where you've got all bots and stuff. So like everything I say ties into the same thing. So one thing on social media, you have bots, bot farms and all that sort of stuff that just pump out all this rhetoric.
Information.
People to like think that it's the same thing being said globally, but it's not. It's coming out of one room. Then you got these drips of this new technology. I said to my friend the other day, he's talking about a phone upgrade. I said, relevant, because by the time you get home and unbox that phone, it's going to be out of date.
Yeah, there's a new phone coming out.
Yeah? It's just like...
But then, see, I'm currently not understanding what people desire to get the phone upgrade. You get a new phone. It used to be back in the day because the phone was better, had awesome functions, and there's so many different things that you needed the phone for. Now, the only difference that's from my phone to the phone that's higher and the phone higher than that is the camera quality.
Yeah.
That is it.
Camera quality.
I'm not paying. Go on.
She's always like, oh, I need the best camera.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, last year that was the best camera, and it did a job then.
It probably still do the same job now.
Yeah, but then this one does this megapixel, and I'm like, right.
Okay.
So go back and look at some pictures we took last year and the year before that.
This is some pixels there, bro. Yeah, this is some pixels, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? It still looks like me. Do you know what I mean? It's still good quality, but this is. I mean, we live in from my perspective, we live in a shop.
Yes.
We're all consumers. That's all that they're interested in us doing is earning a wage.
But it's a trap, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to get out of it.
Yeah, but it's getting harder and harder to get out of it. They're forcing you into that thing where, like you said, the latest phone, that's just an expense that you don't actually need. You know, your car is now shit expensive. You know, to ride it in London, parking, permits. It now is becoming crazy. You know, your salary is just being eaten up left, right, and centre. Now we've got the whole stuff with the electricity, the gas bills, and all those things. Why does it have to be so expensive?
It's a perfect storm.
It's a trap you, my friend.
Petrol, 150.
Yeah, it's a trap you.
Yeah. Electric vehicles with a limited range. Yeah. You can't go many places. And someone said the other day, imagine if the truckers in Ottawa all had electric lorries fitted with kill switches.
Okay.
It wouldn't happen, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So 10, 15 years from now, if you miss a mortgage payment or
they switch it off.
They'll switch your car off.
Yeah, they switch it. My dad said that. My dad said that maybe 15 years ago. He said that when you get to that stage where they just cut it off. So your money, cut that off.
Which they're doing now.
Yeah. Just wipe it out one time. You know, we've had enough. You got no money. How you gonna live? I don't know. Once it gets to that stage, well, I'm hoping that's gonna be after I've left this beautiful planet. I hope I'm not around for that.
You're in it now.
Well, not as much.
Have you seen anybody condemn what Trudeau is doing in Canada?
I was going to say is it Kate Price?
Kate Price?
Kate Piper? You know the lady who was on Apprentice?
Jordan?
No.
Katie Price?
Not Katie Price. That's why I said Kate Price, hoping that I could pick the IE out of it. But the lady who was on Apprentice. What's her name? It will come to me. It's Kate something. Kate Hopkins.
What does she do?
She now is like Tommy Robinson, obviously not the grooming gangs.
Katie Hopkins.
Yes, Kate Hopkins.
Was she on The Apprentice?
She was. That's how she found fame.
Is it?
She found fame on that, and then she ended up sleeping with someone's husband. Then that pushed her a bit further into the limelight.
Fucking hell, mate.
Well, there you go.
Don't listen to her, do you?
Well, no, it's not listen to her. She posts a lot of stuff. I had a bit of a debate with someone about this the other day. Some of the stuff she says is good. Some of it. Majority of stuff is a load of rubbish. She's kind of similar to like Nigel Farage in terms of they jump on bandwagons, man. If the shit sells, we jump on it because it's going to get us out there. Good, bad, and indifferent. It gets us in the public eye. You doing research on Kate? Is it Katie?
Yeah, because I'm watching The Apprentice at the moment.
I haven't started watching it yet.
I just don't remember watching her in it.
Yeah, no, she was on. I can't remember what season, at the time. But she was good on it. She didn't win. She didn't even come like third or fourth or something.
Yeah, I don't recognise any of these.
But she was good on it. But yeah, so she's like a Nigel Farage, not as forthcoming with send them back. There's immigrants taking our jobs, but she is very much right wing, as one would call it.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Oh, there you go. That didn't even look at the screen.
But I mean, I would agree that she is right wing.
Yes.
But did you see Russell Brand is also on some sort of list which labels him to be right wing?
Oh, okay. Because I know he is now stepping back from some of the stuff that he was saying before. I class him as very left wing. Yes.
He's got 5 million followers now.
Yes.
I've watched it grow, and again, he just breaks down facts.
Yes.
So again, it's not his opinion.
Well, he's just giving you facts.
He's just giving you facts,
yeah.
And he was labelled as right wing because he's giving people factual information.
But you're not supposed to have facts. We're supposed to have feelings.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I understand.
I went really quiet there for a second.
No, I understand what you mean.
But we're supposed to have feelings. You know, we stand there, the immigrants coming here, taking our jobs, and this and that. Not really looking at the stats. You know, looking at those jobs you didn't really want in the first place. There is plenty of jobs that you could be doing. No one is taking your jobs. We don't look at the facts, especially I listen to LBC all the time, yes? So you get these callers call in, and it's very much of this, I heard this on the radio, this is happening. And they're not doing any fact checking themselves. All they're doing is running with feelings, and they're hoping that the feelings are so strong that it overcomes whatever facts you have. I have a feeling. So you might tell me something is red, and I say, hey, you know what? I have a feeling it's blue, but you've shown me it's red. I'm still going to carry on telling you it is the colour of my choice. That's why we had Brexit.
That's
literally, that's why we had Brexit.
Because there's a referendum, right?
No, it's gone. It's not happening again, man. It's not happening again. There's too many simple people in this country. Simple people make simple and stupid decisions. It's not going to happen. This is not. I hope it's going to happen, that we have another referendum. But people have made decisions based on immigration. Yeah? Do you think the immigration's got better now that we've got our sovereignty back?
I wouldn't know. It's just highlighted a lot more.
Well, there you go. And sovereignty, what is sovereignty?
I don't know, a dictionary definition of it, or a way that you feel within yourself and who you attribute your allegiance to. Does
that equate to any some dollars, some pound signs, because you've now got sovereignty?
I would say so, because everything's got value.
Like what? Okay, so give me
like your birth certificate.
Oh man, so how much my birth certificate cost?
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
You're a stock that's being traded.
By who?
Exactly. On a daily basis.
By who? I want to know who these people are.
They're people. We will never know who they are. There's things that I've done in my life and people don't know I've done them.
Okay, mate, that's
No,
No,
I'm just saying. And I'm just me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did today.
Yeah. I did good stuff today, man.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. It's like we don't know what people get up to. So when people say who are they and who's the people, I don't know. Yeah. I get ya. I was just hoping you was going to give me some concrete stuff on the sovereignty with some pound coins, but no. Again, it's all into interpretation.
Yeah, no, it's just spin.
If you wanna, don't whatever I say on here, it's what I say.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, if anybody, again, it's what I was saying. So people put their allegiances into people because they're too busy to do their own research.
Yeah,
that's people's problem. There's a guy that I speak to in the gym. He asks me loads of questions all the time about stuff. He knows how I'm inclined and what have you. At the end of every conversation I have with him, which is brief because I'm trying to work out, is don't take my word for it. I could be chatting shit.
Yeah.
Go and read.
But people don't do that.
Go and look into it yourself. No, because he's asking me.
Yeah, but that's what
I'm telling
your guru.
him the truth.
Yeah, you're the guru.
And I'm like, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
So don't listen to me. If I say something that triggers your imagination or you think it's like interesting, go and research it, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, I try and, before I used to be very much of a wanting to give advice to everyone. Now I'm very much a step back. Hey, you do your own research. I may, once you've done your research, we can then discuss afterwards. But I'm not giving you my information as if it's gospel. I've done that before, and then if it goes tits up or goes south, they come to you to blame you without doing their own research. So I don't know. It goes back into that line I said before, that people are sheep, because they are. Rather than you do your own research on any of the stuff that's going on, you know, the government stuff, the stuff with the anti-vax movement, the vaccine. If you did your own research, you probably would sit back and say, "Ooh, maybe the vaccine is probably not something I should have taken." Like me, I said to my dad. My dad asked me, "Are you gonna get the booster afterwards?" And I was like, after I did my research and so I was kind of going, shit, I wish I could take some of the shit out of my arm that they've injected in me, because it's breeze. A lot of it is breeze.
Well, I'm not anti-vax in the slightest. At all. Years gone by, if I needed to go on holiday and get a vaccination to country, I'll get it.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I think the issue is now is the rhetoric around it and people demonising people that don't want to take it.
Yeah.
For what purpose? Because nobody knows the long-term side effects.
No, of course not.
Factually, nobody knows. So if there are people out there that are saying, I'm just going to hold off for a sec, I'll get it in a couple of years, or when I'm older, what's wrong with that?
No, you're right.
Those people are getting
crucified.
Yeah. Family members falling out with each other, friends falling out with each other, and it's like, well, what makes you think you know more than I do? For one, because neither of us have got
concrete information. Yeah, 100%.
It's all opinion.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but a lot of people talk about it all the time. We're talking about it now, but people talk about it all the time because it's rammed down your throat.
Well, of course.
Often out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Well, I heard Joe Biden the other day. I think they had storms in America, and he said that make sure you get your vaccine because it's going to protect you. And I was like, wow, the brother's saying that on TV. How can that be the case?
Yeah,
there's storms going on. Yeah, the storm has nothing to do with the pandemic, nothing to do with the vaccine. And he goes, yeah, you just got to make sure you get the vaccine because the vaccine's going to protect you from the storm. I'm like, and people are probably sitting there going, wow, yeah, Joe's right, you know, I need to get a vaccine tomorrow. How crazy is that?
That's America.
But I understand why don't we have, but obviously the platforms we have are so controlled, but how come we don't have people who shoot that shit down, you know, and just say, look, give us the friggin' facts. What you're talking there is nonsense.
Because they can't.
It's absolute nonsense. You should not be given any platform to say your nonsense.
They'll lose their jobs.
Well, then you have to lose the job sometime, man.
Okay, but...
yeah, you have to go. It's like the government.
There's so many people.
You have to say bye to your job. You stand there, you say, fuck it, this is the last time I'm in this office. Last time I had a good time here. I'm going out on camera and I'm going to say what's in my mind.
I haven't got an answer for it, but I do know if someone lies to you.
Yeah.
And then it comes out that they've lied to you.
Yeah.
And then they tell you to do something else the next time.
Yeah.
And you do it, more for you.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah? So when people say, why are you this way, why are you that way? And then someone might answer and say, because I found this out, and it's true, and you can go and look it up, read about it, they've admitted it. It's been, all of the redacted information is now
out there
and undisclosed. Yeah. So why am I going to believe this guy again?
Yeah. Well, wasn't that the case with Dr. Fauci? Where he was pushed at one stage and everyone was like, oh, Dr. Fauci's, he was Donald Trump's man. And then he just said, fuck it, I'm going rogue. And he's now gone to the side and they just crucify that guy all the time in the media.
They crucify him in the media. I think Ted Cruz, is it Ted Cruz?
Yeah, might be Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz questions him and pushes him a lot. I think that the issue there was they were talking about gain of function.
Okay.
In the lab. and he said categorically no.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were emails that came out that said yes,
Okay.
and he knew about it from day one. So again, do you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about Fauci. I don't care about anybody's opinion. They don't affect me. Doesn't bother me until it's on my doorstep, and I need to make
The
decision
changes,
and take action against whatever. That's when I'll be concerned about it. Because at the minute, everybody's getting whipped up, worked up. He said this, she said that. That's not true. This is true. Who gives a fuck, man?
Well, no, you're
Go
right.
to the gym.
Because that's what happens at the moment. You get people getting upset about stuff like Russia stuff.
Mm.
Oh, I'm so upset. This is crazy. What's going on?
Russia?
Yeah, the Russia
What
stuff.
about the Taliban?
Yeah, that's old
was
news,
that quiet
man.
now?
Yeah,
No,
come on.
that's
Stop
done
spoiling
now.
the stuff,
Yeah?
man. That's
Alright.
old news.
That's sorry. It's the last time I read the paper.
Taliban, who?
Huh?
Taliban are their boys. They're our boys now, the Taliban.
Are they?
Yeah, man. We went to war to get rid of the Taliban, to then leave the country of Afghanistan to
Leave
the
the
Taliban.
country?
Well,
Sorry, I thought you said leave the tanks and the weapons and all of the ammunition and all that sort of stuff.
well, we left, didn't we?
Yeah, but we left all that stuff
Yeah, of
there.
course we did. Why would we not leave it there? They're our boys.
So in 5 years from now...
We're then going to go to war again.
you know what I mean? It's this perpetual cycle of...
No, but you know what it is? It's create fear. If there is fear, you conform. Because then you're sitting going, oh my God, there's war. Look, we've just come out of a pandemic, yes? The pandemic. I do the whole thing is there. And then what's happened straight away? Oh my God, Russia, Putin, it's getting crazy. He's gonna launch missiles into Ukraine. He's gonna take over. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to the gym later on today. Do I give a fucking hoot? No. But it is rammed, as you said, rammed down our throats as sort of to distract us from the important stuff that we should be really worrying about. Your money is going to be less than you had last year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to struggle to live. The opportunities that you want going forward for yourself and potentially your kids and your kids at present is now shrunk.
Mm-hmm.
We're not able to go to as many countries as we used to before. That's important.
Yeah.
This stuff hits your front door. Yeah? Why is that not pushed out there and this Russian shit goes to the side? I'm not going to Ukraine. I'm not going to Russia. It has nothing to do with me. If those people want to kill each other, good on you. Black people kill each other every day. That's immediate. Over there in Russia has nothing to do with me.
Which is fascinating.
What is?
The fact that our daily news cycle
is rubbish.
Is based on something that's happening
100%.
somewhere else.
Yes.
Like
it's gospel. Like you should be upset about Putin.
Yeah.
Because he's upset you.
And I'm damn sure an ignorant person in this country has said something derogatory to a Russian person in this country.
110%. They probably smashed someone's windows.
Yeah. And the Russian person doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Has no idea.
Yep.
Just trying to live their life.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what the media does.
Yeah, gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
And then stand there and watch it burn.
I think, I don't know, more so if we can see it because we're black and we've grown up in this. They say we are one thing and we're not, and we know we're not, and within our communities we know we're not. But the rhetoric around it is in the broader scope and in the areas of people that don't interact with ethnic minorities believe we're all fucking
criminals. Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, and we're fucking not. So by right, all Russians
are not
you know
drug
what I mean?
dealers.
All Muslims are not terrorists.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's yeah. No, you are right. The whole stereotype stuff does get me a bit because I had a few instances over the past week where I just kind of had to look at someone and just be like, dude, I've got way more money in my account than you. How am I a criminal? How am I dodgy? I'm going to the fucking gym. You're there, standing there, telling your girlfriend, make sure you hold your bag. And I'm sitting there going, really? Headphones on, I'm jamming out to George Michael, having a good time. And now all of a sudden I've turned into some now criminal. But I don't know, I get so lost on that stuff, especially at the moment, because it does seem very much that we're going to go down this road, aren't we? They've taken so much from us, painted us so bad. And then now we're just trying to survive, trying to actually create our own destinies and have a good time, enjoy life. You still want to still poke the bear. Why? Just leave us alone. Actually, I heard someone say that the other day. I came to the barber shop and there was a video going around of this black guy in France. Have you seen it? They captured this black guy in some village in France, and I think he's originally from Cameroon. And I think the Cameroon MP or something to do with the Cameroon government, they threw out some French people in a really bad manner. So these people in the village captured this black guy, put him in the street, beat him, and then took turns peeing on him on the video. Some guy saw this on video. He came to the barber shop and he was livid. And I think that was his line he kept saying, "Why didn't they leave us alone?" He stood up and started shouting in the barber shop, and I was going, "Well, this is going to get a bit tense." But that happened. But even that, the video itself, I saw the video, and then it got sent throughout these different groups that I'm in, black groups. And then I sat down and said, wait a second, there's no real like information to say what location this is. I can't really tell what languages people are speaking, so I'm not too sure if they're even French anyway. And it did seem very staged. So then it makes you kind of go, okay, and this information has gone from how many people this has been sent out like mad as to get upset, get fueled, similar to like the India IRE thing, get fueled, get upset. Why? Leave us alone is the line. I'm going to get a t-shirt which says
there's us.
Leave us alone.
In the broader spectrum, there's so many us's now.
Yeah, well, it's all...
When I was younger, together. It was black, white and Asian.
Okay, yes. But the Asians decided, hey, bro, you're on your own.
No. Now...
Blacks now, so you guys can take the racism, you're on your own.
I don't mean that, I meant as in groups, societal groups. Black, white and Asian when I was younger. Yeah. Now, it's black, white, Asian.
Trans.
LGBTQ+. Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Judaism. Like, all of these things are coming into the picture, and the more time goes on, there are more groups.
But you know why it does that? Mix. It dilutes the argument.
It doesn't dilute the argument. It creates more argument. Because then...
I don't think it does.
Because within them groups, you then have subgroups of black LGBT, Asian LGBT.
But you shouldn't have that, though. That's why I said it dilutes it. You shouldn't have that, because if you're black, you're black. It's not you're black plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. And that can be plus L, plus and again, some of these other ones they've got going on. Which I'm sure someone's going to shoot me for that shit, but... I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I'm just being honest and just being transparent in what I say, you know? That's just how it is.
Within those groups.
Cancelled just now. But
no, but my point being is, but within those groups, you will always have an extreme person.
Yeah, of course.
Which argues, and it's those people that send those
signals out
types of videos, but then they get pushed around, and they don't speak for everybody within that group.
No, of course.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm taking it in. I'm digesting it. I'm filtering it. I'm there.
It is. And you're saying, why are they doing it? Why don't they leave us alone? It's to keep everybody at each other's throats. Yeah. That's why. And then it's sleight of hand. They're magicians. So while we're all arguing with each other,
you're missing out on
trivial stuff.
Yeah, you're missing out on all the good stuff.
You're not seeing what laws have just been passed.
Yeah.
What legislation's coming in. What politician is involved in a scandal which all of a sudden has just gone quiet. Yeah. All of that sort of stuff.
Which does happen quite a lot.
But no one cares because they're preoccupied in football. Yeah. Cricket, rugby, fashion shows.
Yeah, all stuff that doesn't mean actually diddly squat in your life. Yeah. Yeah, and then you're all right. And it's a shame. And I always have this weird notion that there's going to be one day where we have a mass awakening, where we're all going to wake up together and be like, that stuff doesn't matter. And that's I'm living in the theories. And as my dad said what probably would happen is that we'll have to wipe everyone out on the planet and then start all over again.
And then stop, tap water, fluoride, toothpaste, fluoride, anything that calcifies your pineal gland. Yeah. Stay away from all of that sort of stuff. Try and live healthy, holistic. You know what I mean? But all of these things are deemed quirky and edgy to even suggest it.
Of course. Herbal medicine.
When we had Shemron on.
Yes.
When we were talking about all of the natural stuff, healing stuff. So I Mind Alkaline. Yeah. So you can go back and listen to that episode. But it's when you try and do something the right way,
you get shut down.
Yeah. And my question is why?
Well, you know why it gets shut down? Because there's a narrative that's put forward. The narrative that's put forward is stay on track with what we're giving you. You know, if it's certain food that we're giving you, if it's a certain medicine that we're giving you, you must keep taking those things because there's a majority of the time a lot of stuff's not good for you anyway. So it's going to shorten your life. It's going to cause you to have more ailments. So you're now going to rely more on the pharmaceutical market and spending your money to keep yourself alive.
In the Sumerian kings list and the Egyptian kings list, some of the rulers ruled for
years,
500 years here, 1,000 years there.
Yeah.
Let me get it up. Kings list. Here we go.
Shoot.
So Gilgamesh, 126 years. That was the length of his reign.
Yeah.
Okay. So people say, "Oh no! You're misunderstanding what they meant."
Okay.
Yeah. So we're deciphering what's written on these tablets and historical papers, parchments, whatever it might be. And they're saying you're taking it out of context. They didn't mean that. But then if you translate what they're saying, it all adds up. So if you translate A, you understand what A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
So then if you then find something else and you use that basic rule of translation that you've used for the previous, and it still says
A, B, C, yeah.
A, then I'm inclined to believe
that's what it means.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Or your translation's incorrect.
Yep.
Yeah? It's one or the other.
Yeah.
But so the King's List goes on for so long, and I'm thinking that, well, obviously throughout the times and history, linear all the way to where we are now, life has got considerably shorter.
Yes.
Than it was, but then also the population
has grown. Yeah.
As well in this, like I said, in this shop that we all live in. Now, they've had to introduce stuff. I'm not saying I believe any of this. I'm just
talking.
Yeah, I'm just talking that just blur. Potentially introduce stuff into our diet.
Yeah.
To control us.
Yeah.
As a species, so we don't completely fucking obliterate the planet.
Yeah.
And then you have your time on the earth, make of it what you will, and then you move on and someone else comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody can live to 126 years old, 1,000 years old.
Which is interesting because I stumbled upon stuff that you're talking about now on one, on YouTube you watch one video and then the next video and then next video and similar to what you've just said about 160 years, 140 years, and it did mention that people used to live that lifespan, and then over time, as you said, stuff was introduced that then shortened their lifespans, and then it changed. But just a bit of coincidence. My brain was just kind of going, "How weird is that?" I watched a video on that stuff, and then now we're having this conversation. Well, so there is some sort of, I think there is some sort of stuff. Actually, I'm going to say that was going to make me sound really stupid. No, I think I was going to say some coincidence on this one, but it's not. I don't know. I have to get there. I'll get there when I get there.
There's a collective consciousness.
No, it's not even that. It's just I'll get there because I've been having these weird thoughts about things recently. Just
really?
In terms, well, I have them all the time. That's me. But just in terms of like where we come from and what happens when we die and all the other stuff, and my brain's just been wandering like mad. And it's just quite funny when we have conversations like this because it's my brain just kind of always stopping to say, "Hey, think about this, think about that, think about that." But I'm there. I'm still back in the room. Go for it.
There's pre-flood.
Okay.
So again, a lot of so why would this king ruled for 126 years, but we don't believe it because people can't live that old. And then you've got all of the ancient texts and scriptures talking about this great flood.
But they also mentioned giants as well, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There were giants on the earth in those days.
Okay, I'm still in the same boat. So I'm not on the boat elsewhere. But yeah, they did mention giants. They mentioned the floods, and also each of the what were they called? They called flood is what's the flood called? Natural disasters?
Cataclysm.
Yes, cataclysm, but not necessarily natural disaster. But I don't know. It just gets my brain wondering. It does.
Is it Genesis 6:4?
Yeah.
So the Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, the same were the mighty men that were old men of renown. So the men of renown, essentially Gilgamesh.
Yep.
Yeah. Who was half and half God, half human.
Yeah.
Are the people that they're talking about. So the Nephilim being those who from heaven to earth came, if I remember correctly, who then had children with women of the earth, and then they had, what's his name, Hercules, and the likes. But all of those stories are across every religion.
I was just about to say that, because even when you said fall to earth, I was kind of going, well, the angels fell to earth, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I'm saying all of those stories. So obviously there must be, and that's why I get funny and I call myself an atheist, but I think there must be some common link to the original story.
There is. So I mean,
Christianity is not the original story.
No. So when I tripped onto it was Noah's Ark.
Yes.
In the Bible. But then when I read the Epic of Gilgamesh,
it's the same story.
And I was kind of like, hang about.
Same story.
Yeah, but this one predates the Bible by like 4,000 years.
Yeah. But it's always going to be the case though. That story has been told by how many different religions?
Yeah, so then because I always grew up thinking, the Bible, don't believe it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But then the older I get, the more I look into it.
Yeah.
I may not believe the Bible.
But you believe some of the information that... I
believe it came from somewhere.
Yes, I'm with you to a degree on that. As I get older, I start going, maybe not Jesus and the other brother, but there is some information in that story that is true. It's just what is true from that text.
So a lot of the megalithic structures around the world, to this day, no one knows how they built the pyramids. Have you been there?
No,
I've been to the pyramids. Insane.
Yeah.
The blocks that make up the pyramids are pretty much the size of this room, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously inside, so this is a big stone.
Yeah.
Just sitting inside the stone. They're literally this big.
Okay.
Next to each other, on top of each other, all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth viewing, isn't it?
When I was there, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is
some serious. Yeah.
We didn't build this. We didn't build this as we are today, Homo sapien, the way that we are now. Average height, what, 5'11"?
Yeah, it'd be impossible.
We didn't do it.
Yeah,
didn't happen. So they either had technology that we don't know about, which we do know about, but the mainstream don't know about it. It was aliens, which people like to say.
Yeah.
But then again, anything built by ethnic groups, historically, is attributed to aliens. Yeah, people want to push that narrative. Oh, aliens built it. Why couldn't black people build that?
Yeah.
Why couldn't Indian people build that? Like all of these structures across the world, and it's like, why are you trying to change? It's like, there was something clearly happened in our past. Even what's his name? David and Goliath. Yeah. So what was he? He was a Cyclops.
David and Goliath. Yeah, he was the giant. Yes. Yeah. He was Cyclops.
He was Cyclops. But again, was he Cyclops? Or
just a giant?
Did he? Well, giant, one eye, giant, third eye open.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So I even think with the pineal gland, the eye stem and everything else is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the same way that we used to have tails, right? So you could feel, what's it called, the coccyx?
Yeah, coccyx.
Yeah. So we've got that little bone.
Okay.
So
I didn't know we had tails on that, but
no, they're telling us. But I don't know.
Okay, are you going from the standpoint that we come from monkeys and
no, I'm not going from that standpoint. I'm not going from that standpoint.
Because I'm saying everything, Dragon Ball Z when you said the tail stuff.
It's that's what I was taught. It was when I was growing up. How true that is, I don't know.
Okay, I was never taught that.
But again, something that fascinates me is that the brain named itself.
Okay.
I lie. It did, didn't it?
The brain
named itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, whatever we're taught by someone else, it's just someone else telling you it.
Well, no, of course, it's just other people's stories, isn't it?
It's other people's stories, but where did those stories originate from? Where did they come from? Which I say all of that because I circulate all the way back to the 1700 episodes of Rogan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that he talks about on there with Graham Hancock.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I bought the books because it was fascinating. Randall Carlson as well.
And Randall Carlson, there you go.
Amazing. Seriously, to the point where you're sitting there and it just opens your brain and you're kind of going, whoa.
Yeah.
There is so much information out there and so much information we don't know of.
So the reason I'm saying this is because we're all distracted by all of this other stuff.
Yeah.
Trainers, like I said, music, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, there's so much more interesting, fascinating stuff.
Of course.
That we should really be looking at as a culture. It should be on the curriculum.
Taught in schools. Yeah, I was going to say that. It should be taught in schools. It should be out there. We should be able to buy these books. They should be pushed on the radio. They should even have like Sunday matinees where someone's reading those books to you on Sundays and you can just listen to. No, 100%. For me, after listening to a number of those podcast episodes, I sat down and I was just like, whoa, I'm not turning on the TV today. I'm not turning on tomorrow. I'm just going to immerse myself in finding out as much information on this stuff as possible because it's fascinating. For ideas, for creativity, for films and stuff like that, you could get ideas just from listening to some of the stuff that Graham Hancock talks about, you know? It's I don't know, I find it fascinating.
I think, like I said, like we're living in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
So even when you watch Star Wars,
yeah,
George Lucas, so the film is the film, and essentially it's talking about the rebels versus the Empire. Okay, and you have Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, again, when I watch it at the time, it's just a film. But then you get older, and I'm thinking Vader.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Vader texts.
Okay.
And I'm thinking Mahabharata. I don't know. Is that how you say it? I don't know why I'm looking at you in proper racist.
Wow, Jesus.
I'm asking if anyone knows how I say it.
I thought I was going to cancel that type of stuff.
No. Do you see what I mean?
He's South American, man.
I don't know where he's from.
Oh my God.
He's brown, isn't he?
Jesus Christ.
That's another episode. Another episode. Ecuador.
When you came in, I thought you said something else. Because when you were talking, I'm not going to say where you work, but when you said something there, that's why I cottoned onto it.
No.
That's it. But anyway.
Cancel culture things running here, man.
Cancel culture.
Jesus.
But anyway, but that's brilliant. No, but still.
No episode in ages, and now look, shut down, Tim.
But still, even then, talking to the cameraman, by the way, so the other person in here. But even South American culture.
Yes, it's rich. Yeah, rich, man. Because you can go to Peru, you can go to Mexico.
Anywhere in South America.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
essentially,
super rich, man.
The story is... So let me finish the Star Wars one quickly.
Shoot.
So Star Wars, to me, it didn't mean anything. It says Darth Vader. And I found out about the Vader text and the Mahabharata and all of that sort of stuff. And then listening to all this ancient history. And who's the chap with, what's his name? Like Indian deities. With all of the arms. What's his name?
Vishnu,
right? So, and Vishnu on his magic carpet, shooting fire balls and all of this stuff, and Zeus with his electricity, like lightning bolt and all that sort of stuff, right? So then I was like, George Lucas, what's George Lucas into?
Okay.
So you go and see what George Lucas is into, and he's into all of the stuff that we've just been talking about. And I'm like, so where did these stories come from? Because in the Vader text, they're talking about Star Wars.
Okay.
Wars in the solar system.
Yes. But he did steal the idea, you know. Have you seen Dune?
I've seen Dune. Yes, it was based on Dune.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously watched that part 1.
Did you like it?
I knew it anyway. Yeah, I was thinking they're gonna cram all this into one film. Yeah. So I didn't realise it was.
Same. I was looking at the time going, man, this is long.
Because I was like, oh, this is where. And then it finished. The credits.
Do you know what the funny is? I liked it. The visuals were awesome and all the other stuff, but for me, because I've seen Star Wars, it was just like, ooh, it's kind of like a B version Star Wars, just without the zoom.
It's an adult version.
I don't know about an adult. No, I don't an adult version, but it just felt like a B version of Star Wars in terms of Star Wars was badass. Even if you watch the 80s or even the 2000 stuff or even the most recent stuff, it still is there. Dune, if it came before that, you'd have been raving and hooting and happy days. But because it came after all the other Star Wars films that you've seen, it just felt kind of like, this could be better.
It's progressed. They progressed from there. So he took the idea and he's moved it forward.
Yeah, who did?
George Lucas.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
And then Favreau.
Who's this?
John Favreau, the guy that wrote Iron Man. So the Marvel guy. He's now
on Dune.
Star Wars.
Okay.
So all of the stuff that's coming out now, like the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, etc.
All on Disney.
All on Disney. That's all John Favreau.
Okay.
So he's now taken the torch on from George Lucas, and he's now moving it a step further forward. So it's just the evolution of Star Wars, essentially.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But yeah, the point being, all these stories come from somewhere. Now, South America as well. I was always taught that we migrated as a people over the Bering Land Strait into North America, and then we came down, and then we populated all of these different
which is
areas,
correct,
right? But then, if you read any of Graham Hancock's work or anybody's work historically, and you look at like the Denisovians, people like them, Olmecs, large, what's the word? Cultivated. What's the word when you work with rock? It's not masonry, is it?
Brain's gone blank.
Well, they're
I know you. I know.
They're creating structures
the
Easter Island heads, right?
Yeah.
So on that scale, on that size, but they're in South America.
Yeah.
And they've got features and like facial structures of black people, Indian people.
From time.
Yeah.
Yeah, from time.
But they told us that we came over on this land strait and we migrated down into it. But now they're finding more and more evidence.
But they're always going to do that though. They're going to find unless they don't disclose it, obviously. But they've probably found shitloads of information that it tells a different story to the story that we've grown up to understand. We've grown up to learn, you know. But I'm hoping that more information is going to come out, and we're going to learn more about ourselves.
I think it is coming out
in drips and drabs.
But it's being suppressed.
Yeah, drips and drabs. You have to do the research to find that information.
You have to do the research to find the information. But again, curriculum-wise, talking about school and stuff, I don't remember learning about Leopold at school. Nah. Yeah, but I know about Hitler.
And also Henry VIII.
And Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just
tick that box, man. You got to get it.
Is that because of the country that we live in? Yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
Why should they teach us that?
That's it. Well, no, they should do, because we've contributed to building back up this country massively. They kind of shit on the work that people, especially the West Indians that came over, did, but we've done some amazing things here. So you should give us better information about us as a people and about the world than the month we have of Black History, which is about slavery, which I've never understood. I don't understand how you can motivate me as a upstart going to school and say, oh yes, you've got a special month coming up, you get to learn about your brothers and sisters, you know. How is that motivating?
You get to learn how we beat them.
How is that motivating? Sit there in class and then you got the white kids and the kids from different backgrounds laughing, going, wow, come to take some licks, boy. It's just like you. And you're sitting there going, how is that motivating? I go home to my dad and say, look, they told us about slavery, and he's sitting there going, what is that about? You know, we were kings and queens before that rubbish. Why are you not learning that? You know, for me, I'm still lost on how that we still have that on the syllabus. We still celebrate Black History Month as that's something to be proud of. And then they tagline it at the end of it that, oh, Britain helped get rid of slavery. I'm like, okay, so you're whipping the shit out of me, and then one day you decided that you want to help support me not being a slave again, yeah? Mm-hmm. But you're a hero.
So here we go.
Come on.
Mansa Musa?
Yes. Yeah? Main man.
So why didn't I know about him at school?
Because he was positive.
Right, exactly.
And he wasn't a slave.
Yeah, so...
He'll get you thinking about trying to achieve stuff yourself.
Yeah.
Making money.
All these things. I mean...
It's a shame. You know,
these positive... I mean, this leads me on to something that's quite poignant.
Okay, as long as it's not cancel culture
stuff.
No,
they're not. They're obviously not on the same scale. But I mean, I'll say Jamal Edwards passed away yesterday. Today. Rest in peace, man. Like massive loss. SBTV, like pioneer.
Man, they put so many people on.
I saw him years ago talk like agging Richard Branson.
Yeah.
To do some business, and I'm like, this guy's talking to these big corporate white guys on a level, but he's garnering their attention and they're listening to it, and this guy's special. Yeah, so he's helped so many people come through, and he's doing what he's doing. Pioneer. Lost age 31.
Yeah.
He could have gone on to be anything, like this huge mogul. Yeah. And we've lost that now. So his teachings, and we're gonna have to pick up the baton, like people in and around him, to try and teach the next generation.
Yeah.
But then again, Virgil Abloh in the fashion industry. Again, pioneer.
Yeah.
Again, rest in peace. Like, these are guys leading, like trailblazers.
You're dying.
Trying to pull us through.
Yeah.
And they're dying way too young for one reason or another. I'm not going to get into the ifs, whys, and buts of whatever. I don't know. It's not for me to speak on. I'm not a family member. I don't know. All I know is the public persona of him and the public perception, and it's amazing. We're losing too many people, not just in black culture, in ethnic,
across the board.
I'll say ethnic cultures.
Yeah, it's across the board.
Okay, we seem to lose more positive role models than any it's mad. I can't get my head around it.
No, I'm with you on that. It's a massive, massive shame because, as you said, I didn't actually think of it as much. I heard that he died yesterday, Jamal, and I was kind of going, wow, you know, like my cousin used to rap and he was trying to get on that kind of circuit and stuff like that. So I was like, that's strange. And I looked into it a bit more, and then I saw this. They're not too sure of how he died, so I'm like, that's a bit strange. Then I looked into the guy you mentioned, Virgil. Was it Virgil?
Yeah.
Looked into that, and I was kind of going, that's a bit strange. And then you mentioned another guy,
Marvin Morgan.
And you're kind of going
again with Marvin. Again, I don't know him personally. I have friends that know him.
Yeah,
but it's not for me to say how or why. I'm just saying it's a massive shame.
Of course it is. No, it's massive.
We're losing these people
so young.
We need people to step up.
Yep.
In their place, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I think in time we will.
But I want us to celebrate each other and everybody while we're here.
Yeah.
And try and do as much as we can while we're here, because we never know.
Tomorrow could be the last.
Yes, we're not going to know like when our last time is. What did I watch? What's the Korean film? Did you watch Suicide? What was it? Squid Game.
Yeah, of course, man.
And then after Squid Games, there was something else that came on. And it was about like retribution. Like if you'd sinned in the past,
okay,
these demons would come out and basically
on Netflix.
Beat you to death.
Wow. Okay.
In front of everybody, then send you to hell. Oh fucking hell! What was it called?
No, I don't think I watched that, man.
I don't know what that's bloody called now.
It's Korean, yeah? South Korean?
Yeah, Korean.
Yeah, I don't think I watched that.
Korean. Hell, mate, I'm all over the fucking place.
It's right.
It's not along with it. Hellbound.
You see, I saw the image for that, but then I wasn't too sure if I could spend an hour and 40 minutes to watch that. There was other stuff I could watch.
Because I was trying to remember what the name of it was. I've lost my fucking trail. I'll jump back in where I think it was anyway. But yeah, I'm saying all these people, we're missing them. We need to literally.
Yeah.
If you know someone in your life that's trying to do something positive.
Oh, you got to support it, 110%.
Yeah, you need to support it. I often see those memes around.
That you support the celebrities.
Yeah.
But then you won't support the people that are your friends or your family member. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's always the case though. And I've never really understood that. If I found that you were doing something, I'm standing there with a flag waving saying Johnny's doing this. If I find that Kanye West is doing something, I'm not standing out there with a flag saying good on you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I know you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be successful. And I find it strange, but I think just in general, we don't do enough looking out for people. You know, there's a guy in the gym I go to, he used to work there. Jesus Christ. The guy's 21, 22. I posted something on my stories the other day, just saying, I was going for a bit of a brain freeze, a bit of a downer. And I posted something that we should always look out for people, you know, whatever's going on in your mind, it's good to talk, discuss. There's no shame in saying, you know what, I feel a bit low. No shame in that. As being a guy, there's no shame in that. So I put that on the stories. A few of the other guys shared that. And then the next day, coming to the gym, I found that 21-year-old who used to work there, because he's dead now, killed himself. And it was just kind of like, the uproar was, oh my God, how did that happen? What's wrong with it? And I'm sitting there going, if you talk to people, you will find out what's going on. It's hard for me to just say, oh yeah, Johnny, something's gone on in my life. But if you are kind of saying, hey bro, how you doing? Tell me you don't seem right. You know, we might now be in the right state of mind to actually have a conversation where I can tell you certain stuff. And I just find us as people, we just don't do that enough. We don't look after each other. We don't reach out, especially guys. It's very much of that, yeah, we're supposed to be super tough and stuff. But at the end of the day...
Well, yeah, but that, again...
Go on.
Super tough. That's come from... Again, like
what we see on TV.
If you go back through decades,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So who's the toughest guy? You know, Chuck Norris, right? Arms House. Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Bring Arms House to your Arms House.
Yeah, exactly. Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus.
Yeah.
Men. You go back further than that. James Bond.
Yeah.
All of these influential people on TV. This like in this country especially stiff upper lip.
Yeah.
But now we're transitioning into.
What, be sensitive about stuff?
Yeah. And
say it, man.
I'm saying, but I'm saying that people are a bit nervous about doing so because they're embarrassed.
It's about
sharing how they feel.
Yeah, no, 100%. Of course,
so
of course. Yeah, of course. A lot of fakeness, but the world that we live in at the moment is fake. Yeah, we use platforms. This is probably on a platform on social media. everything on there it's staged, it's edited a certain way, it's said a certain way. It's there's no real genuine people posting stuff these days because there's that fear of, oh, you know, this person might think I'm this, or this person might think I'm that. And I'm like, I think I saw a quote the other day which was quite interesting, where someone put like, we're not supposed to be liked by everyone. You know, we have this need now that we post the best pictures, we post the best content, so people like us. But we're not supposed to be liked by everyone. I don't like everyone. Jesus Christ, you know? I'd hate living in a world where I like every single person I meet. I'm bound to dislike people. And we should be open to that. Similar to open to talking about certain stuff. If I'm not happy with something, I tell you I'm not happy with it. Rather than, oh, you know, I can't really tell Johnny that because he might be upset, you know? We should be able to talk.
No, we're not. I mean,
sorry if I go like I'm going like some rage, but we should be able to talk about things. We should be able to have different points of opinion rather than my opinion must match your opinion.
I think people get ridiculed too much.
Yeah, but then that's when you have to
out into the open.
You have to then step up.
You have to step up.
Step up. Don't be afraid to be disliked.
Then again, people affiliate themselves with people that they believe have the same views as them.
Yes.
And they get lost in it.
Yes.
But no, yeah, it is crazy. But for all intents and purposes, I mean, talking about these 3 young black men that have passed away, it's just a fucking shame.
No, massive.
And people just need to, continue the legacy and keep moving forward, because it's me personally living through the music scene from like house, drum and bass, into garage, into grime,
we're drill now,
into drill,
drill.
trap, like seeing the progression of it and all of the subgenres that come away from it. It's just like certain people were involved in that from the beginning.
Yeah.
And without them, we wouldn't be in the position that we are now. So a lot of people, my point being is that there's so many people out here that have got jobs.
Yeah.
That are working in particular industries that wouldn't be if it wasn't for the people that came before them. Great example of that. So solid.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in recent times, this is. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not putting them up there on the pedestal in terms of like humanitarianism and all that sort of stuff. I'm just saying, for the culture.
Oh, they were massive.
Yeah, these types of people that kick doors down.
Trailblazers.
Yeah, more Fire Crew, like songs banned on
the radio.
But
then you go even further than you go Wiley.
Oh no, you go Wiley.
Yeah,
Wiley
got
Wiley. Cancelled, right?
Well, he was. I was gonna say he was saying outlandish stuff, but I don't think he was.
No, Wiley got cancelled because he gave his opinion, which was based on his experience.
Yes, he was giving it.
He got cancelled. Because of an experience that he had. Yeah. His experience. Yeah, and he was talking about
his story, isn't it?
Yeah. And someone thought, you know what? Fuck you. You're racist.
Yeah.
Even though the guy has had to deal with racism himself. His whole life. So you're telling someone, you know?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. When you break it down, it doesn't really make much sense.
People telling us how to feel.
Of course.
I said that to someone the other day as well. Like, I'm sick and tired of certain people telling me
how you should feel about something.
Yeah. Who's racist and who isn't. Yeah. Like people telling me Joe Rogan's racist. Like you said earlier. Is he?
Well, for me,
no, he is. He's racist. I'm telling you, he's racist.
No, he's not racist.
So if you watch him now, I'm going to throw you in that same bracket, which can be quite difficult.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, you could be. Well, I heard someone say the other day, I get the most racism. I get more racism than black people, and I was like, wow, what color are you? I'm white. So I was like, wow, okay, where? In which country does that work? Where?
I don't know.
Even in Africa, you don't even have. In Africa, where the white person is getting racism, it's not even happening there. So where does that happen? Even in South Africa, you don't have white people getting racism. Even based on all the shit that they've done in the country, and still doing that country, they're still on top.
People turn blind eyes to stuff.
Still on top. But hey, we're not going to that road because we get cancelled and racism and stuff. But hey, did you watch Tinder Swindler?
I've not watched Tinder Swindler. What's it about?
Okay, so it is it's
about you.
No, it's not me. Jesus Christ, not Mike. But yeah, so it's kind of like the go-to program at the moment. So you know, last year we had Squid Game, and that was everywhere. Tinder Swindler is the go-to program. So it's story about it's 3 women. They meet this guy. this nice guy on Tinder, and he tells them a story. So he says that I'm this wealthy son of diamonds, and I'm going to take you to these fantastic places. I'm so into you. You're my girlfriend. I want to treat you to the world. So they fall for the stories, and then it starts to get a bit darker, and he starts asking them for money. Can you borrow me money? Can you borrow me X? Can you borrow me this? Can you borrow me that? To the point where I think 2 of the girls, he borrows what, 250 grand from them. And the women who watched this were in uproars and upset about it. And for me, I watched it, and my opinion on it was very much of, good on you, mate. Yeah, good on you. And it was only because if you listen to the first 2 girls at the start, oh yeah, he's a bit short, but the pictures, he was on a yacht, he went to this place. And I'm sitting in my head kind of going, what do they sound like? What type of women do they sound like, Johnny?
Groupies.
No, what do they sound like?
Prostitutes.
No, what do they sound like? There was a song that came out, she'd take my money. There you go. That's what they sounded like. And they will buy into the story that you've met this prince and he's going to spend all his money on you, and you're going to live this fantastical life where you don't have to do anything. And all he's done is he flipped the script and he said, look, don't worry, man. He cut me up, 250, 350, I'll take it from you. And then what he was doing with the money, this is where the guy's a G. I'm going to say straight up, a G. He was taking the money and then spending it on the next girl to sweeten her up. Then once she was sweet, take her money, spend on the next girl, and he was oh man, he was an edge. Seriously, he was an edge. And the funny thing is, I watched it and I put like a post on my stories, and I had messages from people going, oh my god, he's vile, he's terrible. I ended up getting into an argument with this lady, and she unfollowed me, blocked me and stuff, and I was just like, all I'm doing is my opinion. My opinion is that happens all the time to guys.
Something I know that happens factually, right?
Shoot. It's worth a watch, by the way.
From here, no, we go back to it. From here now, if you go out into town,
yes,
with no money in your pocket,
yeah,
you have to graft,
to
get something to eat, to get a drink,
yeah,
and then get yourself home.
Yeah,
right. I know that certain sexes,
I wouldn't have to do that.
Can go out into town, 3-course meal, drink, taxi home, with no money in their pocket,
without having to give up any bay.
Right. So I mean, but why do in society? Why do we look at it like as in it's okay for certain groups to do it?
Yeah.
But then when another group does it, it's frowned upon.
Because it's what's pushed to us in the media. It's all pushed, you know. Oh, go get yours, you know, that stuff's pushed rather than, because the stuff that kind of gets me is, you know, the whole guy makes money, sets up this big firm or this big business, and then he gets married to this woman, and then now she's entitled to half. And I'm like, but you set the business up yourself. What did she do? Did she give you this extra massage that helped you then clear your mind to then perform exceptionally well in your job? Probably not. You did all this work. So in fairness, you should not have to share any money.
What if...
You shouldn't have to share anything.
What if by them being in the relationship afforded that person the time to set up the business?
Well, then that's slightly different.
Or if the business was already established before they got with the person, that's different.
Okay, majority of the time it is already established.
If you've been with somebody through thick and thin,
yes,
and then you break up, I think the argument may be that you've prohibited or held that person back in pursuing their own
to get. I like that.
So fairly, in fairness, we have to give you a percentage.
Well, then we can sit down and work out that in writing. So you can tell me, what have you actually contributed? If you say that, oh, I held back my career, we can say, okay, out of all, your career would have got you a salary of X. Yes. For how many years? Cool. No worries.
Yeah, but I could have invented something that made me millions.
Likelihood's probably not.
No, but
so we could okay, so we're gonna go with the salary structure.
Yeah, that's good.
We're gonna total it. You might even put a little top extra bit on the top for you. That's the money you're gonna go. That's it. That for me is fair. Yeah. But majority of the time it's not that. It's you're on 100 million, I want 50 million.
I think Bezos' ex-wife is the richest woman in the world, isn't she?
Of course. Yeah, she's living good.
From a settlement.
Yeah, she's living good. And what does she do? Lie on her back and take some D?
I don't know what she did.
I don't think she was helping him.
Uber intelligent person.
Yeah.
Obviously to move in those circles. So she could have been financially, like, let's have a look. 2.7 billion.
There you go. And what's her title now? Is it philanthropist?
Philanthropist.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I had to Google what that was the other day. I was like, wow, she's got the new title and everything.
She gives away quite a bit of money as well.
Oh, sorry.
She's donated nearly 8.6 billion.
So you inherit the money, or you get the money from him.
Mm.
You now can give the money out, and you've now turned into this person who is this do-gooder, yes?
Yeah. Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more? I'll watch it.
Well, no, that's practically the show in a nutshell. It's just it's from the point of view of three girls and them telling their story, how they've been wooed by this guy. It's the same story. He's like copy and pasting text messages that he just sends out. His famous line is, I need the money because my enemies are coming to get me.
I just read a meme on that. Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Everyone's got enemies coming to get them. But he reels off. So he sits there. So he's on his phone now. He just copy and paste, send it to that one, copy and paste that one, voice note, copy and paste, send it to that one. And they fall for this trap. And it just it shows you how fickle people can be, because there was multiple red flags going on. So it's
like
shoot.
What's the other one? What, catfish?
Yeah, it's like catfish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, catfish, but he actually is the dude.
But he's the top cat.
Well, because catfish, majority of the time the person doesn't actually look like that. So they go.
But he is the dude.
Right, yeah, he is the dude. So the guy in the pictures, he turns up, he is the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's flashing the watches, the expensive clothing. It is the same guy. The only gig he's got is, I have no real interest in you. I'm interested in your bank account. Your bank account funds my next conquest in terms of the next woman, and it funds my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's a good watch. It's a good watch. I was laughing halfway through, which was probably not the right sort of response you're supposed to have to a program like that. But I was, because I've seen so many guys get used and abused by those type of women. Buy me this, buy me that, take me there.
Do you think the Kardashians used Kanye?
110%. But they used Ray J first. Well, she used Ray J first. Because I'm sure she was in it with the porn tape, and they probably sat down together and say, you know what, we could release this and make some money off it. And maybe he didn't want to follow through 110%.
But they're already minted.
Yeah, but not prison minted. Now they're in prison terms, man. That stage they were rich, but not.
No, I mean now.
Yeah,
with regards to Kanye.
Yeah. Well, they used him because he.
Because the reason I say that and bringing it up.
Go on.
Like, what is that constant want for more?
Mm-hmm.
Why do these people make epic amounts of money?
Yeah.
There's a drive there. I understand that.
Yeah.
You can't switch off. But they brought Kanye into the fold, and they're trying to make out like he's some crazy guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But then if you watch back, when you watch the documentary,
yeah,
I'm like, this guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah, no, of course. I think they were just piggybacking off his exposure. Because remember, at one stage Kanye was big. Yeah, that album. Yeah. Well, now he's hit and miss. That Dondo, Albert. So there's like one or two tracks on the whole album.
Bro,
the album's like how many tracks on the album? Is it like 20-something tracks?
I'm indoctrinated. Don't talk to me about Kanye.
Just saying. Don't get hyped on the documentary just yet. But I'm just saying that Donda album, there was 2 tracks. Yeah, one track that everyone heard, and then another track I found just by searching the other day. His music, there's some good tracks, but there's not. You're not gonna buy a whole album and be like, oh my god, Kanye's amazing. Other than The College Graduate, which is not a bad album.
I'll tell you what he's done, which is quite interesting.
It's not better than 50 Cent's album. Just saying.
Where is it? Which one?
Get Rich or Die.
Oh no, yeah, that's fucking amazing.
I think that's probably one of the best albums I've heard.
That's amazing.
Which I know it sounds really strong to say, but I think it is. You can track 1 to track 12.
He was struggling, wasn't he, the other day?
Yeah, he looked
upside down.
He looked under pressure, you know.
You see that?
Go.
The halftime show.
You didn't see it?
No.
You seen in the club? Is in the club, right? 50 Cent.
Yeah.
When he's hanging upside down in the video.
Yeah. Who's doing it?
They recreated that at the halftime show. But he's not in the same shape. He was kind of like upside down, like.
But yeah, because you go, and you're like, okay, just don't drop.
I'm gonna have to watch on YouTube.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, but he's been enjoying himself, man. He's been living good. The issue I have with him at present is, yes, you're making all these TV shows and you're investing money in. I think they're looking to make him a few films, but there's nothing positive in any of those shows or any of the films. It's the same sort of stuff: drug dealing, prostitution.
Mm.
There's nothing positive.
There you go. This is what I was looking for.
What was it?
So Kanye West has the STEM player.
STEM player is...
It's his own device for streaming music.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so he's not releasing Donda 2 on Apple.
Uh-huh.
So here, so this Snoop posted this earlier. So it says, by Kanye releasing his album only via $200 STEM player, he retains 100% of the revenue. He says he generated 2.2 million in 24 hours, selling 11,000 units of the STEM player.
Bloody hell.
You'd have to sell 220,000 copies of a $10 album to make that amount before the labels take their cut.
Wow.
Yeah? So it's people like these
Yeah.
that I'm worried about.
Yeah, no, of course. They're gonna shit upon his name. They're gonna destroy the man.
Exactly.
And maybe in a couple of years he may kill himself. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Epstein
Yeah.
didn't kill himself, did he? I don't know. I'm just saying. There's another guy that killed himself recently, Jean-Luc.
Yeah, that's supposed to be his one of his
brethren,
one of his boys.
Prince Andrew again, the out of court settlement.
But I listened to that on the radio, and people were kind of going, "Oh well, he settled because he's innocent, but he just didn't want his name out there in the press." And I'm kind of going, "Wait a second. If you're innocent, why are you settling? Why are you paying any money?
It's all a bit mad.
You've got the best lawyers going. If it's going to go to court, you can probably hush people out quite quickly. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to have like an O.J. Simpson case where it's on TV. Far from it. It's going to be shut down, like the Maxwell case.
The Maxwell case.
That's
yeah.
unbelievably
the Maxwell case
hard.
should have been one of the biggest cases in history.
Yeah, and to find any information on that was unbelievably hard. I mean, I just Google and I'd be like, they just give you snippets. They show you a picture of the lady, and that was it. And I'd be like,
they had a
where's the information?
Maxwell tracker,
Okay.
courtroom tracker,
Yeah.
and then that got kicked off.
Wow.
Twitter. They took it down, but all it was doing was presenting
What was going on?
the information that was going on, and they got removed from Twitter.
Is she still around? Is she in prison, or what's the crack with her?
I think she's in jail.
Okay.
Awaiting sentencing, I don't know.
Okay.
So she's been charged, and then they need to then give her a sentence. I don't know how long she's fucking gonna get, but will she get it?
Yeah.
I've not seen her.
Well, she
Ever
could
since
just,
she's been arrested, I've not seen her in person.
Well, she could just disappear.
I've seen caricatures.
Yeah, same.
That's it. I don't know where she is.
Yeah.
Fucking. There's a seedy underbelly. To this place we live in, and people aren't. I don't think people are prepared to. Some of the stuff I know, some of the stuff I've seen, some of the stuff I've read. It's just I won't repeat any of it, but it's like if people knew, they wouldn't believe it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's disturbing in a sense, but I just don't like this whole, like we were talking about Kanye there, and I'm not comparing him to Martin Luther King either. I'm just giving you a broad range of people.
Yeah.
So Martin was trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
Shut down. Malcolm trying to do
Malcolm
something.
trying to
Shut
do
down. Yeah.
Dead. Kanye, I mean, what did he say? Was it George? Was it Bush? Or was it
Okay.
Clinton? He said George Bush doesn't like black people.
Yeah.
Like just rags on TV.
Yeah.
And it's these types of persona, they can't handle it.
Well, of course not,
They
because
don't
you
like
can't. We
it.
can't control you.
Yeah, so they'll find a way to.
Yeah.
To
Either
bring you
shut
down.
you down, or if
Mm.
not shut you down, we're gonna make everyone shut you down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna buy his music anymore. You know, he's this and that. No, you're right, because it's a playbook that they've played multiple times.
Mm.
They've done that throughout the years. Same playbook that's always run. You have someone that you push, then that person now says, you know what, I don't want to be on the strings anymore. I want to say what's on my mind, and then all of a sudden, this person should be hated by this set of people. He's now a criminal, or he's done something wrong, and then all of a sudden, the person's now gone.
I saw something in the paper the other day.
Shoot.
What was it? Again, I just read it. I skim past the headlines. I don't believe anything in the paper,
Well, it's filtered information.
but I go straight to the sport and I believe it. All of the transfer stories and all that sort of
Yeah,
shit.
but if it says transfer rumors.
Oh, it's rumours, yeah.
Yeah,
Believe all the rumours.
Well, that's it. The rumors, it says it's already.
Yeah.
The transfer stories tend to be concrete. You can
you can follow it.
Yeah, the football itself, you watch the games. If not watch the games, you can Google search and it'll say
Yeah.
2-1. But yeah, no, you're
There
better
was-
off reading from back to front in the newspaper.
Back to front, yeah. But there was there's some sort of reality TV star
Yeah.
who's had to come out and apologise because she went out on a date with someone
Okay.
who used to sell drugs.
Oh yes. I read these newspapers. She is from Little Mix.
Right, okay.
She's
Jessie Nelson, was it?
Yeah, the
Right.
one who's blackfishing.
Used to
I
sell
look better
drugs.
as a black woman. Yeah, go on.
Right?
yeah.
One of the biggest moguls in the fucking world,
Yeah.
Jay-Z,
Yeah, you sell drugs.
who can walk everywhere on a red carpet,
Yeah.
used to sell drugs.
Yeah.
So what's your point? Why does she have to apologise? I'm not saying that my man's going to go on to be Jay-Z,
No, of
but
course.
everybody can be reformed, right?
Yeah, no, it's actually good you said it because I saw it in a newspaper and I sat and I was going, well, that's a bit strange. Like, there's so many people who sold drugs.
Yeah.
And why does his past actually have to come up in a newspaper anyway?
Exactly.
Give us what he's currently doing now, rather than that. But yeah, no, it's quite funny because you did say, yeah, Jay-Z used to be a drug dealer, and we celebrate Jay-Z and we would put them on magazines, billboards, up and down the country. So yeah, no, it's weird. But she's been caught up in blackfishing, yes.
Yeah.
Which for me makes me laugh because we as black people and people of minority origin, yes, that's what your class is. We understand what blackfishing is. And then when you see people, Caucasian people, they look at it and go, oh, she's just trying to work on a tan. You know, she used to be tan before, so all she's trying to do is keep her tan. You know, she's got curls, and it's not a black thing about curls. You're sitting there going, oh, these people on crack. You're like, point it out as it is, you know?
People's mentalities.
Getting your lips done, getting your bottom done to look like what?
It's always baffled me.
Who are you trying to look like?
Even when you go back to like Victorian era,
yes,
and they used to wear the big busts and the dresses to get the big bums. That derives from African women.
Of course they do.
And they wanted to. It was like beauty and like facility and all that stuff. So they made the dresses with the frames in the back of the dresses.
Yep.
To look like they had big bums.
Yep.
And all the way through until today, suntan.
Yeah.
Lips, like you said, bum.
Yeah.
All this.
But no appreciation.
But if it kicks off.
Yeah, you're on your own.
No, they'll call you black this, black that. And it's like...
But what gets me though...
Paper.
But for me, that's fine. I don't mind you doing that, like the bottom shots and all that. I don't mind you doing that, but appreciate the culture that's come from. Appreciate the people that's come from. Yeah, black people, black women especially, they've gone through how many years of being victimized about their body. Oh, she looks ugly, you know, all this stuff. But then you've got these people trying to be just like that person. I want the same features. I just find that it's crazy.
I used to have a girlfriend when I was like 16.
Yeah, clarify the age, bro.
When I was 16 and she was 16. Oh, you can't come to my house.
Okay.
My dad's racist.
Okay.
Oh, is he? Is that why you go to Barbados every year on holiday?
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
The way it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
It's mad.
Yeah, it doesn't. But in their brain, they can work that. They can work that. It's fine. We go there. I give these people money. They work for me at the hotel that we go to. You know. But no, I don't understand it. But I just find that stuff makes me laugh a lot at present because it's a joke. You know, you shit on black women to the point where black women are buying wigs wearing, you know, to try and make themselves more Caucasian. But then you're copying everything they do, the way they dance, the bottom. I think what should happen is we need to get our own platform, an ethnic platform where we can actually change the narrative on stuff. You know, like how they have BET in America?
You know BET's owned by...
Yeah, I said like.
White
Yeah, I know. It used to be a black thing before, and then it was taken over.
Of course it was, because we can't have our own stuff.
Yeah, it used to be, because when I went there in the States, I remember like 15 years ago, it was black. And they used to say it on the adverts, black owned. And then it changed. Now they don't say the black owned anymore. They got that shit out one time. But we need those platforms, because I spoke to my dad about this the other day, and he was saying that until we are able to get a platform that allows us to push forward positive images, positive stuff about the culture, things will never change.
No.
Because look at the radio stations. We used to, growing up, we had KISS, I think it originally was black. We had Choice FM. That was black. There was another big one. I've lost it. It's gone. But there's another one.
But they were pirates as well back in the day.
Were they?
Yeah,
KISS was pirate.
I remember listening to KISS on pirate.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I don't remember. Yeah, before my time. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So we had that before. It's the Voice newspaper.
Okay, yeah.
What happened to that? We got no black newspaper now. There's silence. Yeah, so here we go. What black newspaper we got?
It's what do you call it?
What, Metro?
Extremism.
What type of black newspaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not in my eyes.
For me, it's good. You learning about the culture.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting proper news.
Yeah. Pan-African school.
Yeah.
I mean,
black guy dead. What happened to the black guy? Okay, now that makes sense. Now you've got a better story. We're getting these newspaper stories where you then have to really dig into the story to understand what's happened. Shouldn't be like that, man.
Madness. We're there. We're at night. We're at the end of the pod, man.
Yeah, that was the beat. But as per usual, it's been a pleasure. I haven't seen you in ages, and it's good to see you again.
That's a good, solid conversation there, mate.
No, that's good. Well, the next one we're gonna have Fritz on. Fritz is cool.
Who?
Fritz.
Right. Okay. Is it Fritz or?
No. Well, I think it could be Fritz if you want, but he's going to be on. He's got some really good stories, and yeah, it'll be a very, very good podcast. But episode 19, we checked in. I'm Johnny's buddy Mike.
And I'm Jonny. I'm Mike. Yeah, Mike, mate.
Yes, man. See ya. Bye.